Great. Well,
Sorry.
No. Take your time. My name is Lane. It's great to see you here. Congrats.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask a little bit about kind of like where your head's at going into the playoff. Obviously, there's a lot of distractions this time of year, but what's the last week been like since the Big 12 title game, getting into the playoff, getting to this point for you?
No, it's been awesome. Obviously we were upset about the Big 12 championship game. And then, it kind of makes you feel a little bit better. On Sunday you get a shot to, go play in the playoffs. So, but this week's kind of been good for everybody. It's kind of a reset away from football. We still had kind of, lifting, a couple workouts, no practice yet. So it's just kind of good to get guys away. Kind of, this is our first off week since I think week 3 that we've had. So it's kind of good for everybody.
Yeah. How are all the bumps and bruises that you got?
Yeah, I'm starting to heal up a little bit. I think it helps not having to play this weekend. Kind of heal up a little bit. So it's yeah.
Definitely. And I wanted to ask you about one of your teammates as well. Obviously, there are some transfers in all schools, it seems like, these days, but one of the transfers that seems like really has made an impact on the Horned Frogs is Josh Newton. And, I've seen some of the speeches that he's given on Carter Boys, and I was curious if you could kind of walk me through, was he someone that was right off the bat being a vocal leader like that? What does he mean to this team?
Yeah, he's been awesome for us. He's a great leader, on the field, in the locker room, off the field. Just does the right things, and yeah, he's a guy that likes to, be vocal, has a lot of, great speeches, and I know the things that get shown on social media are the big ones. He does it, every day, at practice and at meetings, things of that sort.
Yeah.
So he's been so much help for us, coaches, everything, to kind of just build the team up again.
Yeah, and he described your style as a lion, where you're usually quiet, and then when you need to roar, you will. How would you describe his style? And it seems like it's a little bit different.
Yeah, I think he's always fired up. I think that's probably the difference. That guy's, he's always going. He's always got a lot of good things to say. Even after last week's game, when you lose, he had a lot of good things to say to the team. To me, there's always, we're glad that we have him.
Yeah, was it surprising to you that he came in and made such an impact kind of from day one?
Yeah, so we knew what he was, what type of player he was,
Right.
prior to coming here. But then coming here and just being a leader and being vocal and the impacts he had, it's been awesome.
Yeah, and are there any other players on the team that kind of shoulder that weight of being the hype man or getting the team going? So obviously you're a leader just by nature of being a senior and a quarterback, but who else on the team is in that role?
Yeah, I think, a lot of guys. George Ellis on defense is a great guy. Guys on our line, Andrew Coker, Steve Avila, Lon Ali. I think those guys are, kind of our veteran guys, and I think it helps to have D linemen and O linemen kind of be those leaders.
Max, you mentioned a couple of times, this is your first trip to New York. Tell us what your first 24 hours in the city's been like.
Yeah, it's been awesome. So I got in last night, was able to kind of see the city a little bit before we started all the ceremony, things of that. So Times Square, all of it, Madison Square Garden, got to walk around, so it's pretty cool.
It seemed like all throughout the year, Max, people were saying, oh, TCU is undefeated, but then they were waiting for you guys to stumble. Just you being a leader of that team and the quarterback, when did you kind of sense that this year was going to be a little bit extra special than what people thought it was going to be?
Yeah, there was a lot of big games this year, and I think you kind of felt it leading up to it in fall camp, but you never know. Everyone thinks they're going to be good in fall camp. That little stretch of Kansas, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, that kind of 3-game stretch was big for us. Didn't realize, we might have a special team.
All this individual attention, you strike us, me and Jamie, we had the chance to kind of get to know you as a really selfless person. I mean, have you been enjoying this spotlight, or would you kind of rather be back and forth watching films?
No, I enjoy it. Yeah, it's something that not a lot of people get to experience, and it's awesome, and I'm grateful to be here. It's good for TCU and the recognition to get our logo out there and get to tell our story about our program and our school. So I'm glad I'm here though.
When you tell that story about TCU, what are the highlights that you bring up to people?
I think you talk about how close it is. People want to talk about the big brand and logos, things of that sort, but. Fort Worth's a special place, and just the camaraderie of people, the fans, the students, the players, all that. Getting to be down there, I think that's the biggest thing of how much people love that school.
I'm sure you already felt like you made the right decision, but just for you to say you guys had the season you had and now you end up being here, I guess, does it feel like kind of got confirmation that you made the right decision?
Yeah, and you know, even you want to win as much as possible. So if we don't have the season, you're going to be happy at the spot you're in. Obviously, we're a little bit more happy that we got to have a season like this. So yeah, made the right choice.
And TCU is a program that obviously has a lot of history with football, but maybe not as much and not as long as some of the teams that you're going to be going up against in the playoffs. So, one of the things that I think people are going to be learning about for the first time is the cheer you guys do after games, the Rip Ram Wazoo.
Oh, yeah.
How would you describe that to someone who hears it for the first time and is like, what the heck is happening?
Oh, I couldn't tell you anything about it. I learned it when I showed up, and I understand the Riff Ram, and I don't know the whole background of it. I probably should or all that, but it's our student section does it, Licky Zuzu, all of it. We do it after games in the locker room, so it's good, cheer for us and song, but I guess I probably don't know the background, but I probably should.
No, how long did it take Coach Dykes to get that down? Because it's a lot of
Yeah, no, his first day of fall camp is when we started doing it as a team. Hey, this is what we're gonna do, and we make sure the transfers, the freshmen learn it and stuff like that. So we practice it for August until our first game to kind of get used to it.
First year with Coach Garrett Riley as your offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. Talk a little bit about your relationship with him and just what he's meant to you this year.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Obviously, congrats to him on the Broyles Award. That's a really big deal. He deserves it. But yeah, a lot of credit to him. Coming in and changing us offensively. He's a great person to work with. He's super humble. You would never know anything. He never talks about himself, but he's just one of the guys. He's so relatable to us. Obviously, we get our work done, but he can talk to you about anything, whether it's something that's serious going, on off the field, things of that sort. But he knows so much knowledge-wise of the game. And he's easy to kind of learn from. He talks to you in the ways that you can see it in his eyes. So it's been so much fun working with him.
You said being here was a testament to the guys you're surrounded by. So I guess how much pride did you feel when you saw Sonny, Trey, Steve receive awards last night on the college?
Yeah, it's awesome. That was those guys, mean a lot to me, and to see those guys get what they deserve, man, that's what it's all about. You want guys around you who put so much work in, get everything that they deserve. So I was happy for them.
Did you talk to any of them last night while the awards were going on?
Yeah, so I sent out a couple texts. Other than that, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So I haven't even looked at my phone for a while.
It's easier than ever, Max, to transfer. And obviously, you guys been a guy who's played a lot. Did that ever go through your mind? Whether it's going from spring ball to fall camp, out of fall camp. You ever thought about leaving TCU?
No, yeah, I never thought about transferring. Never crossed my mind. Well, it's because I think in the day of age of everyone thinks the grass is greener. Your grass is pretty green. Where you're at. If it is, water a little bit or something. But no, I never thought about transferring. It's because I love TCU. I love the guys. I wanted to be there when TCU was winning. I believe that with Coach Dykes we could kind of get back up to that. But I graduate in December. I wanted to graduate from TCU. And I made a commitment when I was in high school that I was going to be at TCU for 4 years, and that's what I wanted to do.
Was it hard to adapt to Coach Dykes' system when he came in?
No, it's still kind of relatively the same. It's the air raid scheme. Obviously, there's tweaks that you do, but I was with Sonny Cumbie, who was an air raid guy. Doug Meacham still, so it's all kind of the same terminology. But there's little tweaks in
There's
it.
more mesh with Coach Dykes.
Yeah, so I think we did, there's so much that Coach Dykes puts in and Coach Riley of being good at our concepts and our bread and butter stuff. We don't have a lot. There's variations to what we run, but we make sure that we're good at our bread and butter stuff.
All right, Max.
Yogi.
Good to see you.
What's
bro.
up, man? How are you? Good seeing you. It's been a while.
I know, man. So speaking of that, how about this throwback? You look at that photo from Elite 11 back in the day to now you're sitting at the Heisman.
Yeah, when you get, back in that day, that's what you're dreaming of, to, get an opportunity, go to a good school, have the opportunity to play college football at a great university and be a part of this, tradition. It's something that's I'm grateful to be.
Did you think you'd be in New York when you got that sweet photo taken?
No, I would have. Yeah, back in that day, you're like, dude, I'm just trying to put some weight on because I look skinny.
What's it been like getting to know Caleb Williams over
No.
the last couple days?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, such a great guy. He's humbled. His family's awesome too. So getting to just see him and see his story and his why, things of that sort. It's been cool to see.
What did you learn about that? What would you say his why is?
Dude, he's a super smart guy, and I think he wants to play for, himself and his family, and kind of represent and show pride. And I think that's something you see really how he interacts with guys right now, how you see him play on Saturday. So it's awesome to see that.
We're so stoked for you, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it.